I mean, it used to be the greatest thing to know, to watch, guys like Jalen Hurts, Mike Strahan. I mean, before that, Chris Doman get after the passer, and not have to worry about whether you hit them too high or too low or not in the knees after you get pushed by offensive linemen or whatever it is. But these, times change, and these are the times we live in, where we're subject to not knowing how to hit somebody. There's a lot of, I wouldn't even call it gray area. It's a lot of gray area for a referee, not for us. We're moving as fast as we can. We're trying to beat an offensive lineman, and now you have to worry about how you hit a quarterback, and it affects a game in a huge way.
Cameron, you guys played against Jalen Hurts last year. What problems does he present? Is he just a typical running quarterback? What is he?
I wouldn't call him typical. I mean, as shifty as he is the speed that he has, I mean, he's probably as close to Mike Vick with that, elusive speed, that dead leg that he has, his ability to scramble and extend these plays, as you're going to see. So I definitely wouldn't call him typical in the least bit. And it seems like they've picked up steam and got some confidence as well. As for D linemen, it's something that you hate to see because you're not really allowed to rush now. Now it's all about containing the quarterback. But we've faced Tyrod Taylor, so somewhere close.
If I could just follow up on Jeff's question, is it less fun playing defense these days because of concerns like that?
I mean, to say less fun, was it more fun in the 80s or 90s? I have no idea. I'm dealing with what I have to deal with now. It was, we didn't have these rules first imposed when I was in the league 10 years ago. I mean, now we do. So you can't hit them high, you can't hit them low. So where exactly do you hit somebody? You can't hit them in the back. You can't land on them. God forbid you land on a quarterback and, whatever.
So like pick them up in general.
Yeah, you have to. I'll say you have to. Well, you can't. I'll say if he lands wrong on the pillow, you probably still catching that flag.
Do you scout the officials at all to see how they call it, stuff to know like how to approach it? Like...
We definitely get a scouting report on officials, but again, these are rules that are implemented by the league, so we have to abide by them. We're clearly going to have to abide by them, and games are being changed because of it.
Probably love the not landing with the full body weight rule, right? Because we all really understand what that one means.
No doubt. Or, a quarterback can escape a pocket and have it would be intentional grounding is now just an incomplete pass. But whatever, more power to the offense.
Cameron just mentioned the 10 years in the league, a decade. What's giving you staying power?
I have no idea what that means. What's giving me staying power?
You're around.
I mean, my love for the game is extremely high. I mean, I love coming to work. I love practicing. There's no facet in this game that I don't love to be a part of, as well as perfecting my craft and forever chasing the next sack, next win, next whatever it is. Eventually, hopefully, a Super Bowl. That would be nice.
Mark told us he wants to get like 5 more years. You got a goal for how long you want to play?
As long as I got love for this game, as much as I do. I mean, I hit practice and I feel like, there's no place I'd rather be. So until that feeling dissipates, no. Plus, we still got lofty goals in ourselves. I mean, I look forward to these games. I look forward to these practices. So one day it might be mundane. One day, and then we'll worry about that window closing.
You think most guys love practice?
I have no idea. Probably not. I don't know what that has to do with me. But if you're a part of my D line, you're gonna show me that you love to be here. But yeah, some guys aren't practice guys. Some guys are just gamers. I need practice.
Do you y'all have played some important games like the playoff game in Philly? It's kind of a notoriously raucous place. Do you notice that, or is that just for fans?
No, I mean, it's not as loud as our stadium. It's not as loud as Seattle. It's not, as far as fans talking stuff. I mean, you go to Autzen Stadium over in Oregon and fans talk stuff. I mean, so you go to the Oakland Niners games, that's when things used to really go. Now, sure, Philly talks reckless, I guess. It's what they're known for. Has nothing to do with our game.
Back to you saying you need practice. What did you mean by that?
What you mean? I love practice. I need practice. It's like, for people who drink coffee. Do you need it? No, but do you really want to have it? Yeah, I really love to go to practice. Nothing makes me feel better than hitting somebody. I feel like we all know this by now.
So practice is your coffee?
Pretty much.
I would disagree with the statement that people don't need coffee.
I wouldn't know. It's not my thing. Although I will drop by for one of those little frappes every now and again. I don't call that.
It's not really coffee.
Yeah, it's like a once a year situation. I'm like, ooh, look at that. This caramel situation. It's like candy.
Pretty much.
Like
Yeah.
a cup of sugar.
Teaspoonful of sugar.
What makes their run game? I mean, they've had a lot of success on the ground this year. Is it just having the numbers with Jalen? Or is it this?
No, I mean, you talking about Boston Scott, Jalen. There are ways to, create these explosives. Throws your game plan, awry if you're not able to lock in. So we saw that firsthand last year when we played them. So this is something that we have to tune in and lock in on.
Is that? I mean, they got a new coach, so can you even really look back at last year? I guess you could look at the personnel.
You can always look at the dynamic personnel.
Yeah.
And I think they're explosive. I think, they have good vision and they know what they want to do. You look at their tackles, their offensive line, and just the way that they wanted to attack the run game. That's, again, something that we have to be aware of. As well as, they've got Devontae Smith playing well. Jalen Rager, we know how fast he is, and the other kid, I'm always forgetting his name. But, nope, we already said that.
Well, I wasn't listening.
Well, that's hurtful. But at the end of the day, we have to be well aware of what they can do. And again, we talk about their confidence, stringing together a couple wins. This is something that we have to go in Sunday knowing that we have to stop them.
What do you think about Marcus's play the last couple of weeks since he's been back?
Davenport?
Yeah.
He's increasing at every level. I mean, I love his growth in the last 2 games or so. And that's, that's what we want to see from him.
What's the closest you've come to not playing
What does that mean?
along in your streak? Have you ever had a
Freshman year of college? No, sophomore year of college. I didn't play the first game of the year. It's crazy.
have you never
hurts
had
my
like an
feelings.
injury during along this time where you said I might not be able to go this week and have
Knock
you
on
come
wood.
close?
Nope.
Really?
No, I mean, there's always going to be, nicks, nags, bruises, bruised bones, broken fingers, cuts, whatever, high ankle sprain, low ankle sprain, AC sprain, bicep sprain, strain, whatever it is. Nothing that's been like, hey, you're not playing Sunday.
You played through all those things?
Hasn't everybody? It's football. You don't come out unscathed. My bad, herniated discs, neck and back. I mean, come on.
You ever had your finger bending the wrong way like Ty's was the other day?
Yeah, you just pop it back in place. But I also am not catching with my hand. That's a whole different situation if I had a rocket coming my way, I guess.
But how do you do it? And the things you just described will put other guys down for weeks.
Probably God's favor, honestly. I mean, a little bit of luck, a little bit of blessings. We'll take a mixture of both.
I mean, luck's got to be a huge factor in that, right? Not to say too much and like jinx anything.
I mean, I'm blessed and highly favored. What can I say? To have this ability to have been healthy this long, to be able to be active for the game. They say, the best ability is availability. I'm gonna keep rolling with that.
How much pride do you take in that? I mean, you, DeMario, and Malcolm, all 3 are kind of
Right.
Ironman.
Man, maybe one day when I'm older and I'll look back at like, hey, I was active for 160 something games. We'll talk about it. But at this point, I'm trying to win the next game. It's not about me. It's about we, and we have to get better.
You got any good stories about? We talked about Philly. There's some legendary stories about coming in on the bus and seeing the fans. You ever get the bird flipped at you?
Isn't that what like fans are supposed to do? They're not supposed to love us.
I know. I just think Philly's got that rep.
I mean, we've been in Boston and got the same thing. Atlanta got the same thing. Didn't we have like eggs pelted at our bus one year in Atlanta?
As Atlanta.
So I take a bird over an egg pelting, I guess. Either way, we're in the bus, so it wasn't affecting us.
Well, they booed Santa in Philly, I think.
That sounds like a proper place to boo Santa.
I thought in Atlanta it was only like 1 egg they threw with the bus.
I thought it was a couple dozen, no?
I don't know.
In my mind, it was a lot more than it was then. Fine.
No, it might have been. It was like 8 years ago. I don't remember anymore.
You've been here a long time. In fact, I've been here a long time because I've been here so long that you left and came back.
I know.
Hi.
It's called getting old.
Malcolm
Hit you
2,
real
P-Rob
quick,
2,
though.
Mark
The
2.
Roughing the passer on Caden. What do you
Roughing
think?
passes. I mean, you know how I'm going to feel about it. They're trying to, defense gets handcuffed every year with whatever goes on. It's always some imposing situation that's going to try to limit our play. But in any event, instead of slowing down, we have to speed up, and we have to pay the cost of the game. And for some reason, that's a part of the cost now. You know, I hate it. I feel like every defensive player hates it, and probably some offensive players hate it. But the league has said what they were going to say, so we have to abide by the rules. Or, I guess, refs abide by the rules and throw those flags.
Did you say anything to him after that?
Who, Caden?
Yeah.
Man, look, it's on to the next play. We'll look at it. But I think it was, I think it was a terrible call. But again, I'm also not a referee. I don't know what they saw. I don't know how they feel. I see it from my perspective, and it should have just been a clean hit. It was a clean hit. Is there a fining system for refs? No, we should probably impose one.
They get reviewed.
So do we. It's called game film. All right, I'm done.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks.
Where you at?
Marquez.